My name is Makhena Rankin Guerin. Like it was mentioned earlier, I'm an Anishinaabe Algonquin from Abitibiwinni First Nation, but also have some French-Canadian settler roots on my father's side. Now I'm part of the Turtle Clan, and my spirit name is Evening Star, Morning Star Woman. So today it is with great pleasure that I'm here to share with you all a hoop dance. But before I get started, I'm just curious, with a raise of hand, has anybody here ever seen an Indigenous hoop dance before? Oh, a couple of hands. Okay, right on. I have another question for you all now. Does anybody here know what the hoop dance means with a raise of hand? Oh, no hands. No worries. It's not a very well-known fact, but the hoop dance is a storytelling dance. So you're going to see me do different representations of the nature that surrounds us. You might see an animal, you might see a plant, you might see a character, you might see an insect. Now, one of the really cool things about the hoop dance is that everybody is going to see what they are meant to see. So the person sitting next to you might see something completely different than you did. And that's part of the magic of the hoop dance. Everyone has their own perception of the world that surrounds them because of their own life experience. Well, everybody is going to have their own perception of the dance, again, because of their own life experience. So let me do a quick example of that. I'm going to do a representation, and I'd like to invite you, especially the younger ones, to try to guess what I am doing, okay? Now remember here, there are no wrong answers. So if you think you know what I'm doing, put your hand up, okay? Did anybody see anything? We got over here in the back in the blue short sleeve. Gonna have to speak nice and loud. A butterfly, very good. Now, did anybody see anything else than a butterfly? Going once? Oh, yes. A fish, very good, absolutely. So, different perceptions are possible when it comes to the hoop dance, and all perceptions are good. That's why I'm not really supposed to share the representations that I'm doing in my heart, because then it's going to prevent you from seeing what you are meant to see, which is then going to create the emotion that you are meant to feel, which is the medicinal aspect of the dance. So in our Indigenous culture, we consider medicine to be anything that helps us to feel better, anything that helps us to live a healthier and happier life. So an example of good medicine could be dancing to your favorite song, could be singing to your favorite song, doing something that you're passionate about, like arts or sports, drinking some water, taking care of your body, right? So all of this to say that our emotions are a very powerful source of medicine. So the hoop dance is supposed to come and create those good emotions so that these emotions can act as medicine for your mind, your body, and your soul. Now, the hoop dance has gone through a lot of changes throughout the years. A very long time ago, these hoops would be made out of willow branches that would be put into the shape of a hoop. Now, because the hoops would be made out of a branch, they would get quite fragile over time as they would dry out. So once we started using modern day materials, like you see here in front of me, the hoop dance was able to evolve a lot because of the new flexibility and sturdiness of the hoops. Not only that, but I'm not sure if you knew this, for a good time in our history, for a good chunk of time, large chunk of time, from the 1870s up into the 1950s, we were not allowed to practice our culture. We were not allowed to practice our dances, our songs, our prayers, our ceremonies, and that includes the hoop dance. So during this time, the hoop dance was disappearing really, really fast. And it used to be a men's dance. But during the time that it was illegal, the men started to teach the women how to do this dance, to keep this dance alive. And that is why my regalia, which is my traditional dance outfit, is a little bit more masculine style. Usually when you see women in regalias, they're usually in dresses. But because the hoop dance used to be a men's dance, we wear aprons, which means it's one piece in the front, one piece in the back. It also allows lots of flexibility. It's really hard to hoop dance in a skirt or a dress without breaking it. Now, this dance, even though today we use modern day materials to make our hoops, to make our regalias, and to make our music, we still keep the tradition of this dance. and that is to be a storytelling and medicinal dance. It has always been traditional for Indigenous people to use what we have access to, and what we have access to has evolved a lot through time. So we are still practicing our traditions, even though we are using contemporary materials. So I really hope that you're going to feel some good medicine watching my hoop dance performance. I just have to mention that it is a contemporary hoop dance because of the music. Now the music is a blend between traditional and modern day music. So because of this, we call it a contemporary hoop dance. So I really hope you feel some good medicine again. Miigwech, thank you for being here. All right, so that was the hoop dance, everyone. How do we feel after watching this dance? Thumbs up if we feel good, thumbs sideways if we feel all right, thumbs down if we feel bad. I saw a lot of thumbs up, that's good. That means that's the medicine of the hoop dance working. So, I just wanted to share real quick a couple of things that this dance has taught me. Because when I first started hoop dancing, I never would have thought that these hoops would have taught me so much. Now, one of the things that these hoops have taught me is humility. I remember when I first started dancing, I wanted to be this perfect dancer that never made mistakes. But eventually I realized that even world champion hoop dancers still make mistakes to this day. And it's not about why you make the mistake, it's about why or how do you learn from these mistakes. Now, when I was learning, when I first started, I'm gonna be honest with you all, I was really bad. I was not good. I was doing all of the mistakes in the world, but eventually I started realizing that those little mistakes helped me to learn how to not do them again. When I would do a mistake, it would force me to take a step back and think about what went wrong and what could I do better next time so that this doesn't happen again. And it's through this mentality and having self-compassion that I was actually able to start evolving as a hoop dancer. Now, another thing that this dance has taught me is perseverance. I like to look sorry, still a little out of breath. I used to look at the hoop dance as a giant mountain of work that I would never be able to achieve. Well, instead of looking at it as a mountain, I started to look at it as a staircase. And instead of looking at the entire staircase all at once, which can feel very overwhelming, I would just focus on the one little step ahead of me. So learning one move at a time, practicing one thing at a time, really added up over the years. And after 3 years of picking up my first hoop, I was finally able to start feeling comfortable enough with the dance to start calling myself a hoop dancer. But for those first 3 years, I had to practice a lot of humility, I had to practice a lot of self-compassion, and a lot of perseverance. So I really hope that what these hoops have taught me can resonate with you, and maybe you can bring that into your everyday lives. Now, thank you. Now, before I let you all go, I just want to remind you all of a couple of things, okay? Like I had mentioned before, medicine in my culture can really be anything that helps us to feel better, anything that helps us to live a healthier and happier life. So I just want to invite you all to try to include good medicines into your lives. Do things that make you happy, do things that make you healthy, and I really hope that you enjoy the rest of this wonderful festival. Miigwech, thank you for being here.